In a subway system in a large American city, the track and structures night crew had safety problems. Gradually, they got together and pushed and took their concerns to management. Gary Young was one of the leaders.
I worked in the track and structures department, preparing the tracks for the subway system. For a couple of years, there had been numerous incidents in which people were subjected to hazards. People were losing their hearing. One fellow in particular had a ruptured eardrum as a result of the loud noise. People were becoming nauseated by the fumes that they had to breathe from the diesel machinery and from the dust that they had to breathe. People were straining their backs, receiving back injuries which were potentially crippling. People were receiving electric shocks from the accidental re-energization of the third rail. I was afraid of getting hurt. I didn't want to get hurt. I was young and healthy, and I wanted to stay that way. And a lot of young and healthy guys in the department were becoming young and crippled. And it was inevitable that that would happen to me. And it was inevitable that it would happen to everyone there unless action was taken. And so it wasn't difficult, really, to become motivated, begin to fight back. We had several meetings, more or less secret meetings, of some of the workers in the department.
They will kill your back. Well, basically it was because a lot of us had gripes, and some of us took them to our supervisors and stuff, and they just wasn't interested.
And we all got together and said, hey, look, it's time for us to get together and go and do something about this before everybody gets killed out here.
We did some research. We talked with a couple of doctors and read a couple of books about occupational hazards. Basically did our homework. Then we wrote down our ideas. First of all, our analysis of what the safety hazards were, and secondly, our proposals for the specific correction of those hazards. A couple of workers refused to sign it because they were afraid, but the vast majority of workers did sign it. One aspect of the report was that we demanded that there be a meeting between the committee from the track department and management.
What we need and what we want is for real. All these things are for real. My ears, they're damaged. My nose, dust in it. I go home every night coughing. So I think it's time that we did take some action, and I think it's now.
It became quickly apparent that the company had not taken any action on any of our proposals. They expected us more or less to accept their vague promises. We refused to accept that from them.
Well, they were trying to go to lunch. You know, after about half an hour, they would try and deviate from what we were trying to say, and we held our ground. We kept them there for about 5 hours. We had certain specifics of equipment that we wanted, and this was mainly what the argument was. Well, this is what we want. What you have tested, we don't want that. It's no good. We want this.
What sparked it was we also gave it to the newspaper and stuff that was sitting there.
By sending it to all levels of management and to the media, there was no way that the report could be suppressed.
Slowly, they started coming in with some of the things that we had requested.
2 weeks after we kept calling them, they did come back, get back. We did have another meeting, and they had ordered quite a bit of stuff that they had promised.
And we got a regular safety committee.
As a whole, safety did a job that was, to me, commendable, because they hadn't did a thing in the past.
They have a little bit more respect for us now. So now, when we file a grievance or a complaint about something with regards to safety, they'll pay more attention to it than they did the last time, because they're afraid that we'll do the same thing to them that we did the last time. And they want to avoid that.
And all of us done ran into these brick walls and stuff, so we just started, hey, you know, started getting amongst ourselves and stuff and say, hey, you know, we got to come up with something.
People got tired of running into that brick wall separately, and now we're running into it together. See? We'll break it down.